How's it going, Critter Family? I hope you all are doing well. Today we are looking at a video by Mark Dubose, update video of Ophi, or maybe Opie, the Dalmatian. So let's get started.
Where's she at? Oh, there she is. Hi, girl. And the extreme differences I've seen in being able to get her to stop chasing stuff. And compared to day one that I got her, and I just want to do a little walk around just to do a little, just show, I guess I could say. Come on, girl. So I got a couple chickens nowadays that are just running around. They're a little free.
Got a nice big looking property. Very nice.
But this dog used to, and I got her from someone that she just had this, I gotta go and attack it. And it's like, even like right now, what's the thing that she's doing? She's not focused on that. She's focused on, hey, let me go check something out over here instead. She has absolutely zero desire in her to want to get these things going. And the thing is, let me add a level of complexity here.
Well, let me ask first, how did you teach her not to go after them? What kind of method did you use to teach them to teach her not to go after the chickens and the roosters? Or I guess rooster. He's very confusing, and a lot of the way he explains, he sounds a lot like Dale McCluskey, where he explains things, but he doesn't explain things. He makes it, you have more questions by the end of him explaining something than you have answers. So I'm not very clear how he really works. How he teaches a dog to walk on leash is he just ties them to him. He will tether a dog to him, and he will just walk and walk and walk. And the dog may go one direction, they may go the other direction, they may stop, they may run forward. No matter what, if a dog runs ahead of him, he's going to go in the opposite direction. If they run to the side, he's just going to keep walking and basically drag them along. And eventually the dog will learn, well, no matter what I do, I have to walk with this guy. So I'm either going to be dragged along, or I'm going to, I will clothesline myself at the end of the leash. As he says, he likes to use a bungee leash so they hit the end of it. Probably not going to cause too much damage, but, it's going to hit the end of it, and then they're going to come back and follow him. So that's how he teaches loose leash walking. I don't think that's really much of a method, but it sounds like old school days when people would try to teach a horse to walk on lead. They would tie them to a mule, and that horse, would try to go in any direction they wanted to, but unless that mule wanted to walk, that mule's not going to walk, and that horse would learn how to tie properly and how to be, soft on lead. I don't necessarily think that's a good idea, but it sounds old school to me.
Yo, Johnny. Let me add some complexity to the whole situation here, because when these guys come, now they're going to go ahead and move them around. And we're going to watch and see what's about to happen here. She's going to get excited to like, oh, the dogs are out running. But watch.
So they're immediately hurting.
Get to move these chickens around, and she's going to have pretty much absolutely no real desire to mess with them.
And immediately hurting the rooster, which is why the reason I'm going over this video is because somebody recommended that I do it. Somebody asked me to go over it and give my 2 cents on, them pinning down a rooster. And although it doesn't appear that they're actually causing harm, I don't see any real purpose for it. I don't see that these dogs are really working dogs. I mean, of course they're working, they're herding, but are they really herding for any purpose? I don't see a purpose to their herding.
She's already completely just disengaged again. She's like, oh, I'm just going to go over here and sniff on this instead. This seems to be a little more interesting.
Okay,
Even though these guys are out here, full-blown pursuit, chasing these guys. She doesn't
With no rhyme or reason, no method to the madness. These dogs are just chasing them to simply chase them, to get them moving so they can herd them. There's no purpose to it. And he talks about how he has working dogs and how they have different rules than pet dogs.
Join in, because the video that I'm going to have to post about this concept is she used to have that pack mentality.
Okay, dogs are not pack animals. I don't care what you say. I don't care what anybody else says. If a dog sees other dogs chasing something, they can go into that mentality where the opportunistic mentality where they see another dog chasing something, they want to go and have fun, they go after it, which is why we have dog fights. When one dog acts starts acting like prey, they start crying or they start yelping, a lot of dogs will go after that dog as if it's a toy or it's a prey animal. And then other dogs that normally wouldn't be attacking it will go and attack because it's the group mentality, not a pack mentality. A pack is a wolf family. And if you want to say it, possibly the dominant breeders, but really it's not that they're dominant by aggression, as you're going to see that these dogs will dominate this rooster for absolutely no reason. There's a reason for it. There's a method to the madness. So dogs are not pack animals. They don't have pack mentality. They've been so distanced over thousands, tens of thousands of years from their wolfy brethren or the whatever wolfy canid type ancestor that they had. That they don't have that same mentality, which is why they herd things versus, a wolf is not going to necessarily herd something into a corner. I mean, they can work together to stop an elk or something like that, but they're not going to be herding them into like these little circles like people see, with videos where they have, ducks that have been herded into a hula hoop. Anyway, off that tangent, dogs are not pack animals. They don't have pack mentality.
Another dog is out moving stuff around. So this rooster's not supposed to be out here. So Oriole's already triggered. It's fascinating that he knows the difference between a hen and a rooster because he's only going after the rooster. And he's leaving all the hens alone, even though there's ones around. I don't care if they're out. He's not supposed to be out here. And but
well, then why don't? Okay, I'll give him that. If you have livestock and you have, I would personally probably take it upon myself to go move the rooster back to his little home on my own. I wouldn't, or I would wait to give, I would prefer my dog wait until I give them the cue to go herd the rooster back into their home. I wouldn't just expect them. I wouldn't want them to just automatically expect that. But I don't have livestock. I don't have a bunch of roosters. So maybe that's normal. That's not necessarily a harp on him or anything on his case. That's just something that I might do differently. I want my dogs to be able to, yes, think for themselves, but I also want them to be able to listen to me in case, say, I don't want them to herd the rooster every single time the rooster is out. That, again, that's just me. That, I'm not I don't have a bunch of chickens and roosters.
He can move around in that pack mentality. That since they're moving them, she's gonna want to come out here and do the same thing. But she's still hanging out, hanging around. Just what's going on? While they're in the middle of doing what
she shows a lot
doing.
of submissive behavior around him, around Mark.
She's completely disengaged. Now, here's something that I want to kind of show that makes
now,
things a little more interesting.
Now, how did you teach her to be disengaged? Did you just tie her to you, and every time she tried to run, you went the opposite direction? That's one way to train. I don't necessarily have a problem with that. Or did you beat her with a stick? What did you do to teach her not to chase after these chickens and roosters?
Here, Ophi. Come here, girl. There must be an egg in there. She's like, oh my goodness, there's a snack in there. So I'm gonna hook her up to my harness and my leash here. And at this moment, more likely, we'll just see what's gonna happen here. More likely she'll want to be able to engage. So we're going
is he setting her up for failure?
Engaged, doesn't really care, to, okay, Ophi, you go get it. You go get it.
So now he's enticing her. He's baiting her to go get it. We see already the whites of the eyes. Beautiful dog. Submissive tail wag. She's trying avoidance behavior. She's trying to avoid them because how did he teach her to avoid this? He could have done it entirely using positive reinforcement. I don't know. But when I see a dog showing this much, she's not as engaged with him as I would expect to see with using positive reinforcement, where the human is more engaging than the chicken or the rooster or whatever it is that's going on over here. She seems to be showing more submissive behavior, like she's trying to avoid that, and she's trying to please or appease this master mentality that he may have.
You go get it. Now
and no positive reinforcement trainer worth their salt would tell a dog to go get it, to go after a chicken or go after, set them up for failure.
To look around like, hey, I can do it now. I hook her on the harness. She can feel the harness pull, and she knows I can get into the middle of this now. Because you see her eyeballs are starting to eyeball it at this moment now. We tracking now. She's looking for food right now. I don't blame her. She just has no desire to really. What the heck is that? She just has no desire to.
See another dog over here. Oh, and they caught the chicken.
Here we go.
Or rooster,
we're
sorry.
just gonna let this play out. Now they got a hold of it.
This dog is actually dragging this rooster.
They're not gonna kill it. Don't worry about him. They only grabbed his feet. Johnny's the one that. I don't think Johnny's ever killed a chicken.
And apparently this dog has killed chickens in the past. This Dalmatian has.
Even in the middle of all this, there's still. I promise you, no chicken's gonna get hurt in this. That's not what they do. Johnny.
This dog is not grabbing this rooster's feet. They are trying to grab for the chest or the neck. Dude, this dog is going after the chest and possibly the neck of this bird, not the feet.
All done. Let him run again. Let him run.
Going
Johnny.
after the neck.
Out.
He does not have a lot of control over this dog.
Get your gangster paw off him. Out. Let him get back to running again.
Pulling out feathers. Using this rooster as a toy.
Promise, he's not hurt. Johnny.
I don't believe anything you say. I mean, I believe that I myself can believe that the bird is not hurt, but they're in this catatonic state where when you put a chicken on its back, or you put certain animals on their back, like a rabbit or a guinea pig or something on their back, and they go into this trance-like state. This was entirely unnecessary. Herding should not hurt the animal. The dog herding the animal should be able to move them without having to touch them. This dog is chewing on this bird like it's a toy.
He's not hurt. They just do this this play dead stuff. They play possum if you put too much pressure on him.
Dude, they won't leave him alone. He has no control over his dogs because they won't leave this poor rooster alone. Now, this rooster could be a terrorizer. I don't know. I've known some terrorizing roosters in my day. But even so, this rooster, from what I saw, was just existing, being a rooster. And even though these dogs chased it around, it got enough of that pressure. It doesn't need any more. They continue to chew on it because they're waiting for him to get up and run and become a toy again for them. This guy is using this rooster as a toy for his dogs.
Johnny. There he goes. Johnny. All done. Let him have a chance
He
to
has
keep
like
running again.
no control over his
this,
dogs.
This dog is still just like, oh, hey, how's it going? What's happening right
Again,
now?
dragging the rooster. Jeez Louise, dude, you're terrorizing this rooster for no reason. This is absolutely ridiculous.
All right, guys.
They're not
Oreo,
listening to him at all.
Go home. Johnny, go home.
Pulled out feathers.
Go home. Oh, see that?
And look at how low his head is. These dogs look more This one is more just prey drive. This dog looks more fearful, just like the Dalmatian is. So I don't trust how this guy trains his dogs.
That chick is even in the wrong spot. So y'all got to come out and do a little bit of work. Come here. Go home. Go home.
Dogs don't even listen to him.
Johnny.
Dog looks very submissive, very low, close to the ground. It doesn't look like it's really being prey anymore. It doesn't look like it's following. It doesn't look like it was in prey mode, like herding mode, where they get close to the ground. This guy doesn't have control over his dogs.
But even in the middle of all that, this dog still just has.
See, there
Oreo.
they go after it again.
Home. Sorry, I got to get firm with him because that's the part where I will say, I don't need a leash, I don't need anything, but I definitely got to get more vocal.
Yeah, you don't need a leash now because of how you've taught previously.
With my verbiage, sorry girl, come here. With my verbiage, because he's intense.
Because you've allowed him to get away with behavior such as catching the rooster and chewing on it and waiting for it to get up from playing dead and run again, so that way he can kill it again. Not that I don't think border collies. Well, I don't think border collies really have that kill intent. They could, but he was chewing on the bird a little bit. I think the shepherd has more of the kill intent, even though there are herders. They're not like a Lakeland or like a terrier where they're going to kill. They are more herders. So, even so, herders should not necessarily be catching the prey item and just chewing on it and pulling out feathers. That's
I
not
really
impressive.
like that about him, but it's not a a quick little, oh, please stop doing that. No, I said stop doing that. And he'll.
That's why that's why you're not a good dog trainer. You could absolutely have, I mean, look at Kiko Pup. I'm sure her dogs could herd circles around your dogs without ever having to touch anything. You can absolutely say off, as I do with any other dog I'm working with, and it works just fine. I don't have to say off. I don't have to be abusive. I don't have to be threatening. I don't have to attack them when they're young and take advantage of them when they're young, so that way when they're an adult, they remember that.
Just stop. Sometimes that's just what I have to do to get the dog to get out of it.
Because you don't have control over your dogs, and you don't need to be aggressive to have control over them. You just need to stop being a dummy and stop, I mean, just learn the basics. I don't know if this guy even knows the basics of training. He's trying to make his own philosophy out there that is so confusing.
But at the same time,
this dog, if anything, needs that much more control. And I'm not going to say necessarily firmness. In that case, going after the rooster like that, yeah, maybe a little bit more firmness if that's the only way that you can control your dog. Neither dog needs firmness. I mean, there's times absolutely when I'll say, hey, if there's a fight breaking out or they're really going after something, I'll say, hey, knock it off. And I'll raise my voice. I don't plan for that. I train to be able to tell them, hey, easy, or have a higher pitch voice or a calmer state of voice or a calmer state of mind. I train to prevent that. But there's times when things happen, when dogs fight, and I'll just scream, ha, ha, kind of break it up. They do? Okay, great. Thank you. Sit, calm down, come over here, whatever. It's not all rainbow and sunshine, but far more than this guy is.
See a single video of that progress that was just going on back there.
There was no progress. That was not progress. Your dogs were just attacking and harassing a rooster. That is it. There's no progress. For this dog, great, because she's tethered to you. She can't get to the dog, and if she did, I don't know what you would do. You could pop her with the leash. You have the ability to correct her. You don't have the ability to correct these guys in that moment. He may correct him afterwards, and they're not going to remember why or realize or put together why they were being corrected.
Chase the chicken, got the chicken, hold the chicken, chicken's in his mouth, got the feet on the chicken, and then you still are able to just get the dog to get out of it.
You barely were able to do that. How many times did it take for you to tell the dog off and go home and leave it? And how many times did you have to raise your voice? You're not impressive at all. Your dog was harassing a rooster, got it by the feet, kept chewing on it, pulled out feathers, and it still didn't listen to you.
Be able to do it in a way of having other dogs around with it. This is the thing. When I talk about, I may not be a trainer that can do all this amazing, fancy obedience tricks and stuff.
I don't care about obedience either. I'm not worried about that. But what you're doing here is not impressive. Hi, baby girl.
How to do real life. Oreo, I know how to do real life. Real life is just living and being in a sense of when
I thought these dogs were supposed to be going back home.
Is in pursuit or chasing or doing something on the
See, they won't even listen to you for that. They didn't even go back home. Go back home, whatever that means.
For instance, when your dog is grabbing something and trying to eat something on the trail, for instance, Oreo, he's not going to want to stop because I know he got to finish his job. So I can't do it right now. I don't have hands to go home. So he's going to want to.
Don't have hands to what? What are you going to do? Side submit him? Punch him in the face? What do you mean? You don't have hands to do what?
He's going to want to stay at it until we get it done. He's like, but my work's not done, buddy. We got to finish it off. So he's real good at go home. Johnny, go home. Both y'all, I'm going to follow y'all till y'all go all the way back over there. Go home right now.
Livestock guardian dog.
I'll come get you in a moment. Go home. I'll get you. We'll get our stuff done. Don't worry. That's why I like to set it up so it's you too, Johnny. Go home. So that it's not something that I could stage, because I could stage this. I could go already and put him away and have him chase a hen around and make it look away, but that's not real. What real is, he's got, I'm going to say, is real work to do right now. And he's able to, because he grabs it by its foot and then he holds it, and then I'm able to go ahead and and
He grabs it by the neck and the chest and the stomach and the feet. I mean, if you have to have an animal go over and do that much nonsense to another animal just so you can go grab it. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm the rooster or chicken whisperer, but I certainly think that it is that much more impressive when you can work with these animals, and especially if you raise them. I don't know if he's raised this rooster from a baby or not, but you can work with them or have your dog herd them into the area they're supposed to go in without having to touch the damn animal. That's impressive. He is not. I'm going to end that video here. I'm just going to cover the part where they went after the rooster. I think it was absolutely just appalling, totally unnecessary. He doesn't have control over his dogs. I don't think he's a good trainer. I don't know exactly how he trains because most of the trainers I cover, we don't know exactly how they train. I do hope to have more content working with other dogs. We'll see how that goes. I would love to have more content of showing you how I work with other dogs, whether they're in the shelter or at the work, at my work. So hopefully that will be more content coming up, but I will be covering other trainers as well. So thank you for watching. Hope you all are doing well. Go say how to do to your little critters. Say how to do for me. Give them some kind of love and they appreciate. And until next time, practice peace, patience, and positivity.